Hey guys, Multi here. Today we talk about Mythic Plus. So the season is a few days before it starts, so I guess it could be interesting. Maybe you only have one character that you want to play, then for sure just play it. And if you have the choice, then maybe this video can kind of help you to decide if you want to focus on Mythic Plus for Season 3, which spec you will prefer to play. I have it here a little bit random, so I will just start here random and to the one or the other I will maybe say one or two sentences, but more to the higher specs. The lower specs, yeah, I cannot take all the time because I want to keep the video below 10 minutes, but maybe anyways it can help you to make a decision. We start here with Frost Mage. Frost Mage is pretty decent A tier. At the end, Mage always has good specs. This time again, I think they're all pretty close together, just to say that beforehand. And yeah, you know, Frost, good damage, good AoE, good CC. Yeah, overall a good damage. Asa Rogue, in its best state since a long time, if I'm not wrong, definitely since the expansion starts, so very good A tier. Some people would say even A plus tier, is depending on how you are dividing your tier list, but definitely Asa Rogue a very good spec. That leads to Destro Warlock. Yeah, first spec that I rank into the D tier. Not good at all, don't get me wrong. You can make your weekly key, whatever, especially if you're good key and a good player, but yeah, it's not a good Mythic Plus spec for this season. Next we come again to another rogue spec, or maybe we should do it more random. Let us start, let us take this rogue spec and then let us more random. Outlaw, I will put it in S, low S to make that clear. Maybe I will arrange a little bit inside of the tiers to give a quick explanation, but yeah, is a low S tier. I think it has the potential to be a very good spec overall. Could be a little bit a problem, the limit on targets. I think is limited to 8 or 10 targets if I'm not wrong. As higher the keys are going, but apart from this, it should be fine. It should be a very strong spec. Next one, Demo Warlock. I just ranked them a little bit higher than the Destro Warlock. Already a decent spec, definitely for your weekly key and whatever, but apart from this, not that good. Survival Hunter, middle of the pack, good spec. If you like to play it, do it. I don't go here over now the next two hunters because that would be a little bit too much hunter. Let us go here to Elemental Shaman. Elemental Shaman also not that good this time, also only C tier. Maybe kind of the same spot than Demo Warlock is, to be honest. Then let us go to Unholy DK. Unholy DK as well, middle of the pack. They were so strong, especially together with Augmentation Evoker, and they can still be very strong, but it's not anymore the same like it was before. So don't get me wrong, B tier is nothing bad. I want to make this clear. I only have here 5 tiers. I would never recommend you to play a D tier spec if you want to play a lot of Mythic Plus, and maybe also not a C tier spec, but in B tier it starts where I say, hey, if you don't want to push for very high keys or whatever, then play those specs. Next one that we go over is Feral Druid. Feral Druid is also pretty decent, B tier spec. Nothing bad about it, nothing super good about it, just decent. Same with Frost DK, just to finalize DK. They are both fine, but maybe we will not see them at the highest level of keys. Let us go to Fire Mage. Like I said, mages are all pretty close together. I think if a mage spec has the potential to go climb higher, then it would be Fire Mage. We will see that, but at the moment I would rank them pretty good A tier. I mean, let me say I would rank them together with something else, maybe the highest A tier. Let us go to melee, let us go to Retribution Paladin. Retribution Paladin is also B tier. They have a little bit the same thing like Unholy DK, but they were not so often so abused with the Evoker, Augmentation Evoker. But yeah, pretty good spec. They were pretty good. They are still decent, good, but not anymore that strong that they were in the last season. Let us go to the last warlock spec, and that leads us to the first thing that I don't like, that I don't see a very a good warlock spec for this Mythic Plus tier. Maybe it would be the best still to use, but Affli Warlock, but in general I think that's not nice that they have the best warlock spec is for me C tier. I hope they will see a slight buff to minimum one of them rises up into the B tier. Okay, let's hop over to Arms Warrior. Arms Warrior, pretty bad, don't use it. You have with Fury Warrior, only a slightly better spec, so it's not also not that good. So I really hope Warrior and Warlock receive a slight buff to bring one of them into the B tier or low A tier at least. And yeah, let's hop over to, let us complete Mage. And like I said, Mage specs are super close together. I rank it as well A tier. If I would be a mage, I would just decide this season for my playstyle, for my taste. I think they are all super close together. Like I said, maybe the slightest advantage for fire mage, but it is pretty small. First Evoker spec, let us go over it, and it is, thanks God, not that good. Why I say thanks God? Because the other spec is definitely higher ranked, you will see it in a second. So yeah, the Devastation Evoker, not that good, also not super bad, it's just okay to play for a weekly key, whatever, but not for pushing Mythic Plus. Let's go to interesting spec, Balanced Druid. I rank Balanced Druid like Fire Mage, highest A tier, both together, highest place in A tier, because I see potential that the Boomkin can hop into the S tier, especially when we talk about higher keys. So maybe they could swap here places. Boomkin and Outlaw Rogue is pretty hard. If I would make an A plus tier, I would both put them maybe in A plus. Yeah, but it's a very slight decision. Let's hop over to the next Hunter spec, Beastmaster, and I think Beastmaster has a very nice potential to go into the S tier. I think most that you view right now, they are putting in A or A plus, but the tier set is very nice. They scale very good with gear, so overall I think they have a very nice potential to come into the S tier. Same like Outlaw Rogue, but I see them better as Outlaw Rogue, so that's why I also rank them a little bit higher. I would say right now for me they are the third best potential spec in the Mythic Plus season for this season. Next Hunter spec, to just clear that up, is just B tier, same with Survival, so Hunter is on a pretty good spot. Two very decent specs with Beastmaster, one that I think can rank higher than the others, so that's it for this. Windwalker looks not that good. I mean, for lower keys maybe I rank them hard. Low C, I rank them B tier. I think they are decent. They're not more. Maybe that's what describes Windwalker Monk. Pretty good at that moment. They are decent. Let's go to Augmentation Evoker. What did I do here? Still awesomely strong. They got nerfs. They are not that oppressive anymore. Maybe you will not see them in every key, especially in every high key. But to be honest, I think not a lot will change. They are still needed. They are still so strong. So yeah, why not just go for it if it's so strong in the higher keys especially. So we will see a lot of Augmentation Evoker, especially in high keys. They are S tier, just a very strong spec. Take it like it is, if you like it or not. Shadow Priest, not that good, just C tier. Weekly key is fine. If you like the playstyle, it's fine. Maybe as a good player, I think always Shadow Priest is a class that a very good player, a very good Shadow player, can potentially get something more out of the class than it has to offer. But in general, not a good spot. And then, last but not least, together with Enhancement Shaman. Enhancement Shaman is pretty strong as well. I ranked them in A tier. Could be potentially also the second. I don't know if I like that Outlaw still here in. Because I wanted to say Enhancement has the potential to be the second best melee DPS. And after Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter is very, very strong. Very, very strong. So there is no... at the moment, I think you will not see a very high key group without a Demon Hunter. They have everything. Mobility, AoE, single target, defensive. Yeah, they have everything. Demon Hunter is very, very strong. I think if we would see some nerfs, we would see maybe to Augmentation and Demon Hunter. If we would see some buffs, I guess Warlock or Warrior. That is the moment what I see the most likely. In general, you can say S and A tier, very good specs. It's also depending on your combination that you play. You know, also the passive that Demon Hunter has, which makes them very strong. So a little bit depending on your setup, S and A tier specs are very strong. But you also see is talking about ranges, we only talk about mages and boomkin, beastmaster, augmentation. Talking about melee, we have 2 rogue specs, enhancer and demon hunter. B tier specs completely fine. If we talk about winners and losers, I think losers are pretty clearly Unholy lost some places, sure. Shadow Priest lost some places, so I think that would be the losers. Still very weak seems Warrior and Warlock. Winners are definitely Demon Hunter. Beastmaster, in my opinion, is a winner. And I also think they can count it as win that Evoker stays S tier, because that's not that likely usually that they are staying so strong when they were, yeah. They're also pretty annoying for many people, so that's why maybe it's not that usual. But yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Make a decision. Like I said, oh, I forgot D tier. Don't play it in a Mythic Plus at the moment. Yeah, that's the list. Play whatever you like. If you only play casually M plus with maybe weekly key, whatever, there's no need to choose an S tier spec. If you want to play a lot of M plus, then I would say minimum a B tier spec. And if you want to play high keys, I would say S tier or A tier spec if you have a nice group composition or thinking about nice group composition. You also have to always understand, some of them bring Bloodlust, some of them bring other unique things like the magic, damage passive, whatever. Think about this with your decision. That's it for this video, guys. See you. Bye bye.